Hey, it's Amber. You know I bounce around a lot, ABC Coast to Coast. I'm here in my hometown, the Big Apple, NYC, with perhaps the biggest, most important, most famous guest I've ever interviewed. Any guesses? It's Christmas week? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I have the very real and authentic, here he is, Santa Claus. Say hi, Santa.
Oh, hi.
Tell me what the Big Apple looks like when you're flying over it in the sleigh.
Well, it's kind of like a big Christmas tree. It's like a big, beautiful Christmas tree. It's always wonderful to fly into New York. And anybody who's ever flown into New York at any of the major airports knows that. And imagine what it looks like from my vantage point. But then it turns into a grid. We become sort of meditative, me and the elves, and we get ready for our job. But at first, beautiful tree.
A beautiful Christmas tree. Who knew the Big Apple looks like a big Christmas tree to Santa Claus? And what is your favorite part of New York City?
Oh, what isn't my favorite part of New York City? Everything. It's basically the world in one city. So there's nothing not to like about New York City, except for the horrible pollution and crime.
There is that, yes. But that is the world in one city. You have some great answers, Santa, I have to say.
I've been around.
You definitely have. So we are here in the Big Apple, and we're here with Santa Claus. And tell me how New York City compares to other cities in the huge world.
Oh my gosh, that would take hours. Just like every person is different. Every person's energy, both naughty and nice energy, is different. Fingerprints are different. Cities are different. But to us, the elves and myself, who have to do it all in one night and follow the sunset and the sunrise all the way around the world, to us it becomes almost a meditative situation where we're just concentrating on the job. I usually get to take about a one week or 1 month vacation after Christmas, and then I can start comparing cities. And New York is one of the greatest, probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite city.
Santa's favorite city, one of the favorite cities. He was very diplomatic in his answer.
It's a great place to visit, but I like living up at the North Pole for the rest of the year.
A lot of these visitors here would agree. They love to visit, but they don't want to live here. It does have a certain energy about it, though. Let's get to the nitty and gritty. How did you meet Mrs. Claus?
Well, she was part of the elves. She was the only half-human elf that I had met when I first met the elves many years ago. So obviously she stood out literally and figuratively. And it was love at first sight.
Love at first sight. And what is your favorite Christmas song about you?
I think Santa Claus is coming to town despite the fact I don't see you when you're sleeping. That's a poetic affectation on the part of the lyricist. But the rest of it is fun. I always like singing along to it going, I am coming to town.
Santa Claus is coming to town, and he's here on my show.
And you better not cry and you better not pout.
What is your favorite Christmas cookie?
Oh, any cookie. Basically, I tell all the children, just leave me what you don't like, because I need it for fuel.
I love that. Leave me what you don't like.
Right. You should have the cookies that you like. I will take what you don't like because I just use them for fuel.
You use them for fuel. Please explain.
Well, I'm going around the world in 24 hours. I'm moving very fast. And I only bulk up to this weight at around Christmas time because I'm up in the upper atmosphere and I'm going very quickly, so I have to survive. So as I'm going through can you imagine delivering, it was pretty impressive when I started delivering a couple of thousand toys. Now I have to deliver millions, even billions of toys. So I'm moving very, very quickly, and I'm getting slowly thin as the night goes on. You know what happens when you exercise. So I need those cookies just to keep going. So I really appreciate it, kids, when you leave me the cookies. But remember, leave me anything you don't want. And also, if you would leave the carrots and the apples for the reindeer, contrary to popular belief, they don't fly, they run on air. So they're running for 24 hours straight as well. So they need fuel as well.
They run on air. Who knew that? Anybody out there knew that? I had no idea. That is amazing. I bet you all of these people in New York City have no idea that the reindeers actually run on air. And finally, I believe you are writing a book, Santa. Tell me a little about that.
Oh, yes. Over the years, I've been asked many questions by many children who want to know the real stories. And a lot of my Santa helpers will always tell them things like, oh, it's a secret, or it's magic. And it's not secret, and it's not magic. It's science, and it's real. So I've wanted to answer those questions honestly. So I have a book coming out next year from a company called Little Eva Inc. It's called Santa Confidential, which is 52 questions, one for each week of the year up until Christmas, actually asked to me and my honest answers.
Santa Confidential. So check that out, everybody. Kids and adults alike, correct?
Sure. I designed it so that parents can read it to the children.
Parents can read it to their kids.
Right. One a week up until Christmas.
See, Santa values family time, too. Well, thank you so much, Santa, for being here with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
This was such an amazing pleasure to meet Santa Claus. This is so cool who gets to do this and who gets an interview with him as well. Check out Amber at ABC Coast to Coast, abccoasttocoast.com. Wait, bye, Santa.